Hey guys, hope you're all well. Just thought I would pop on and give a little announcement that's going to be relevant for the channel. Some of you noticed that I was not uploading for like 6 weeks over the course of January and most of February. A lot of you guessed that I was off getting married and enjoying newlywed life and having a honeymoon and all that, which is true, but that actually didn't happen this year. That happened, just wait for this truck to pass. That happened last year in November. The reason why I took a little break in January and February of this year is because I am pregnant. Yay! Congratulations to these people who guessed it in the comments very quickly in the first video that I posted, since I pretty much had found out. I thought I was being sneaky by putting pillows over my tummy, but apparently you guys are just too clever for me. And an extra congratulations to this person who guessed it before even we knew about it. So Andrew and I are obviously very happy about this news. It's exciting. I've always wanted to have a family and I'm very excited that this day has come. Here's a little picture of the baby for those interested. So I wanted to tell you to explain the break, which was I think about 6 weeks. That was because I was in my first trimester and I've had a very challenging pregnancy, to say the least. I've had pretty much, I was going to say every symptom under the sun, but I know that's not true because pregnancy is different for every person. But I had more symptoms than I was prepared for, and they were more intense than I was prepared for. And I was just physically incapable of creating content, filming. My creativity was at an all-time low. And I'll take an opportunity to thank my Patreon community who knew about this ages ago, and they have just been really supportive towards me about what I was going through when I was in the thick of it. I'll probably be talking a little bit more about that when I am past the symptoms, which I'm definitely not. This week, for example, was maybe one of the worst weeks for nausea so far. It's why I didn't film a skit this week and I'm not uploading a skit this week because I was incapable of performing. So yeah, that's why I had a break at the beginning of this year. It was very necessary and I had to prioritize my health. And of course, being so early in the pregnancy, I wasn't able to be open with you about it. Yeah, that was a bit tough. I did want to tell you guys about it, but just kind of had to wait for first trimester to be over. So hopefully this explains the break, which again, some of you thought was me getting married and going on my honeymoon. Ironically, when I did actually get married and go on my honeymoon, which was in November, December last year, I did actually pre-prepare and pre-film a whole bunch of videos to release over that time so that you guys wouldn't even suspect that I was away from the YouTube channel. So ironically, I was actually very prepared for the marriage and the honeymoon, but then this hit me by complete surprise. Not so much the pregnancy, but the symptoms, how intense they were. And so I had no option but to stop working, and I could not have seen that coming, so I did not prepare any videos, and that's why there was nothing. So what does this mean for the channel, you might be wondering? Things are, of course, going to change. I'm hoping at this stage, perhaps naively, that it won't be that big a change. But we might have weeks where I'm just not able to upload anything because a symptom has hit, or I'm nauseous or too fatigued or something, which, you know, sorry in advance for that, but I've got to prioritize my health, and I'm just happy that I can tell you finally about it so I can keep you guys in the loop. Of course, a significant change that will happen is that I will be taking maternity leave around the time when our baby comes, which will be around August. I'll definitely keep you posted about that. But for now, I just wanted to update you, keep you in the loop, because I knew a few of you were confused about the break that I took earlier this year. Now to bring in the FI a little bit more, just on a little bit of a personal note. It has been an incredibly challenging time. There was a big shock factor that came with being pregnant and a lot of symptoms and feelings that I wasn't prepared for. I have found myself in need of a lot of support and in need of a lot of advice and hope. So if you happen to be a pregnant person or someone who's been pregnant or has given birth, my DMs on Instagram are very much open to you. I will shamelessly ask for words of encouragement / stories of what you struggled with in your pregnancy if you're open to sharing, because it really helps for me to have some solidarity there. My Instagram is dear.kristen. Thank you so much. And then on top of that, it's been really hard watching how fast one's momentum on YouTube can just disappear with 6 weeks of not uploading. And I've really had to learn to let go of the need to control that, because I've been running this YouTube channel for 3 years, during which time I've only ever taken 1 week breaks or sometimes 2 week breaks if I was sick or going through something particularly hard emotionally. And I've prided myself prided myself on that? Proud myself on that? I've been really proud of myself for that. But you know, we're all just susceptible to the ebbs and flows of life and whatever it wants to throw at you / slap you in the face with. So it's been humbling. But on that, I want to say thank you to all those people who have clicked and watched the videos that I've released in the last few weeks, trying to kind of get back into the rhythm of things. Your views, your likes, your comments really make a difference in trying to regain that momentum with the algorithm. Of course, when I take maternity leave, that's going to be relevant again, but I'm like, that's future Kristen's problem. But all that to say, obviously this is a choice that I'm making. I'm very happy about this choice. Andrew and I are just over the moon, and it's natural and fair and right that my family is my priority right now. I am planning on keeping the content coming though. I have no intention of stopping YouTube anytime soon. I foresee me doing YouTube for potentially years to come, except for obviously maternity leave or any other breaks I need to take. But overall, I'm glad that I have a job where I'll be able to work from home whilst I have the baby with me. I will very much have to brainstorm ways to keep momentum going, keep content coming, keep engagement coming. So for those wishing to give advice about that or to contribute financially to maternity leave, all of the links are in the description below, although of course there is zero pressure to do any of that. I am still active on the Patreon and YouTube memberships despite taking 2 months off. We do live streams on there, we have a Discord server, there's extra content on there. And I have to say, if it wasn't for the YouTube memberships and Patreon, I probably would have lost the willpower / motivation to continue the channel a long time ago, because that has allowed me to be able to do this full time, not have to take sponsorships that are against my ethical principles, or not felt pressure to take sponsorships. And it's provided me with the interpersonal relationships that help to make an online job more real. Because otherwise I feel like I'm sometimes just looking at words and numbers, and you can feel quite disconnected from people, which as an extrovert, I don't love. But what's really wonderful is I'm gonna have a perpetual little person living with me now. Not perpetually, obviously, but there'll be another person with me on my days at home where I'm working, and I'll get to just talk at this person, and they won't understand me, but later in life they will understand me, and that's exciting. So yeah, lots to look forward to. I'm really so happy that I could finally tell you guys about this. Thanks for watching this video. More updates to come, and until then, please just keep enjoying the content. Have a cracking day. Bye.